Hi, I am Stephen Lulich. This is the Lulich Corner, and it's brought to you by Lulich Attorneys. And today we have the pleasure of bringing to you Chad Miller.
Hello,
How are we
morning.
doing, Chad?
Doing
Good.
great. Thanks for having me.
So Chad is with Yellowstone Landscape. And so before we get into detail on what the landscape company is about, can you tell us who are your clients? What kind of clients do you have?
Exactly. Yes. So when you hear landscape, you think of residential first off the top of your head, but that's not us. We are a commercial landscape management provider, and our clients are typically in this region of Florida is HOAs. Office buildings.
You mean homeowners associations?
Homeowners associations.
I'm terrible with acronyms.
Yeah,
I'm glad I got that one.
Right. So we do schools and universities. We also do athletic field complexes. We get into big warehouse distribution centers. Schools, resorts, hotels.
So in other words, if we're driving around Indian River County, we will probably see a property that you're maintaining.
Absolutely.
Great.
Not only Indian River County, but a lot of the counties in Florida.
Okay. And do you live in Indian River County?
I do.
You do? Okay. Yeah, I understand you are also an ambassador to our Indian River Chamber of Commerce.
I am. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity. I was asked to become a member of the Indian River Chamber of Commerce, and they asked me to be an ambassador, and I love it.
Okay, so you have varied roles.
I have various roles.
Okay,
yeah.
So are you in charge of the cruise, or are you in charge of the marketing, or
no? So I'm a business developer.
All right.
So over the history of my career, which is 37 years, I've had many hats and various locations throughout, the Midwest, and now I'm here in Florida. I have been a designer. I've been in sales. I've been an estimating coach, and I am now a business developer.
Okay, so business developer for Yellowstone kind of sounds like a marketing arm.
Well, it is. I mean, in landscape, we are all business developers to some degree. I mean, we're out meeting clients. We're out drumming up business. We're establishing rapport with customers and servicing clients. It's all about customer care.
Okay, so you get involved with the existing customers and future customers, and so you know what your company does in detail.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you're able to make a presentation.
Sure, absolutely. Now the focus is that's what I do.
Okay, so let's get right down to the nitty-gritty. What do you actually do, or what does Yellowstone do? I mean, what's this maintenance? What do they? Yeah. What kind of maintenance is it?
Well, we'll take your office building for an example. All right, it's a commercial building, so we go out. We'll contract with you, and we'll mow your lawn. We'll trim the bushes. We will fertilize the lawn with great expertise. The crew that will show up and do this has been properly trained, wearing safety equipment on top of that. We'll provide you with a detailed schedule of the services.
That's interesting. So if I've gotten this correctly, especially for our business clients, Lulich Attorneys business clients, those who own businesses and condominium associations and the rest of it, you're like a one-stop shop, aren't
we are.
you?
We're basic. Yeah, you're right. I mean, we're basically a general contractor for the outside. Everything outside this building, we could handle.
Yeah, where a lot of businesses would, have their pest control company, and they might have their lawn guy, and then they got somebody else who. What about the parking lot?
We do not do parking lots.
You not do parking lots, okay, but you do the landscape.
We do the landscape, and we'll do your irrigation.
So instead of having an irrigation guy, a landscaping guy, a lawn guy, a pest control guy,
you got it.
Okay, You do it all.
You got it. With the exception, we could only reach so high. So what I mean by that, 12 foot is our limit when it comes to pruning trees.
Okay,
Yeah,
so my 40-foot tree outside. Just joking. I don't
Yeah.
have a 40-foot tree. The hurricanes took care of
The
that.
hurricanes took care of that. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
But we could replace that tree.
Well, that's true. And if I put it behind the building, okay, it'll block the wind. But
Right.
anyhow.
Right on. So that's who we are.
And so where are you located?
So my specific office is located in Vero Beach. It's consider it a small satellite type office. There's myself and 2 account managers inside this small building, which is across the street from the post office out west of town towards 95. But we also have 17 other locations in the state of Florida. And it doesn't stop there. So we also have, I know, 65 offices throughout the United States. And that, if I check my email, that number may have changed overnight.
Well, see, so that's interesting. We're an attorney's office, and we have, multiple clients, and we do a broad base of areas of the law. But sometimes there's a client that has a special need that we don't. We don't do.
Right.
Okay. But we have on staff what we call some big guns.
Yep.
So even though you've got a local office, you got some big guns behind you.
Right. And that's exactly us. I mean, even though we're a small little branch office in Vero Beach, guess what? We have a lot of big brothers across, the state of Florida that we could call upon and say, hey, we have a specialty project here. We need your help.
Yeah. So sometimes do people get confused because there is a TV series called Yellowstone?
That's typically the first question when I introduce myself. They see my name Yellowstone on my shirt and they're like, "Oh, the TV show," and I'm like, "Oh no, that's not us." So the way it was explained to me back in 2008, a group of equity people came together and said, "Hey, let's find some high quality landscape companies that are well established and let's see if we could buy them." And they did. And so they bought a group of those landscape companies.
So a lot of mergers.
A lot of mergers over the year. And that's why I'm saying if I check my email now, that number of 65 may have grown to, 67.
Okay. So now there's a merger of all these companies. You're in many states. And so there's still other landscape maintenance companies out there.
There are.
What would you say separates you or makes you different than all of the other companies?
Right. So I would definitely say it's our safety. Safety is our highest priority. We take great pride and a lot of hours go pouring into our safety protocol.
Well, just joking, but is that why you don't go above 12 feet? No,
yeah, well, not because. No, that's just because that's how high we could reach.
Okay.
But no, there's some insurance issues with that. But so as soon as you're hired and you come on board, you go through a safety protocol training. You get your proper personal gear, safety gear. You have weekly. We have weekly safety meetings.
So for instance, the person who uses the chemicals,
certified.
Yeah. And the person who does the irrigation?
Certified, yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
So even though you're doing these different tasks,
right,
you have certification in all of those tasks.
That's correct. I mean, speaking for myself, 35 plus years experience, the same thing. I mean, I have thousands of teammates across the United States. We all are the same. I mean, we have deep experience in what we do. Most of them are certified. If you're in irrigation, you're a certified technician. If you're applying chemicals, you're a certified applicator.
So you've gone through a lot of things that are real positive about your company. Is there something that you would say is a real benefit, okay, or a top benefit of using Yellowstone Landscape?
Right. So I grew up in a small town. And I'm accustomed to a small town feel. And that's really the basis of our company. Even though we're multiple locations, we still have a deep network and into the fabric of a community. So it's a small town feel with the backing of a large corporation. That's what you're receiving.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we try to contribute to all of the local vendors.
No, absolutely.
Instead of going elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so even though you've got the backing,
right,
okay, of, I was going to say the federal government, but that's not true, is it?
No, it's not. No.
But anyhow, that's everybody's talking today.
Right.
If you're backed by the federal government, it might be a problem.
Right, it could be.
So,
right.
What is the biggest challenges that you face?
Well, I think I speak for a lot of industries and a lot of trades. It's the labor pool. We are looking for coachable, trainable people who want to learn a trade, not just landscaping, but I mean, you name a trade out there. They're looking for qualified, talent to be on their team, and that would be the one thing that really sticks out.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So do you find that you can link with trade schools or
we
something?
can, right? Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's out there. It's just becoming more of a challenge to, to find.
And I think that's in all industries, as you
absolutely.
say. We have full-time ads running for staff because
mm-hmm.
we're growing, as I assume you are,
mm-hmm.
and so we always have need for more qualified people.
Yep, absolutely.
And I would assume you have some sort of training, like you spoke earlier about, that your onboarding process.
Onboarding is huge with us.
Okay, so you spend time with them before you let them loose, right?
Yeah, you're just not jumping on a lawnmower and going, right?
Good. So, is there something that you want to add? I think we've covered a lot of territory.
We have covered a lot of territory. We do grow organically from within. There's several people in our company who started out maybe as an intern and now they've reached a management type of position. So swinging back on finding that talent, you never know when a person that you hire today, as a out in the field type of person, maybe they have that skill and talent. And we bring that out of them and discover that, hey, you have some management.
So in other words, you like to hire from within.
Yep.
And so those people that do need a job and,
mm-hmm.
and like the interest in
mm-hmm.
working partially outdoors,
mm-hmm.
okay, that your company is growth oriented.
We are.
For the employee, so they could do one thing or they can grow and do more things if they'd like.
Yep. The door is wide open.
That's great.
Yep.
That's great. So Chad, I guess one more question.
Sure.
Okay. And that is, what do you find that brings you satisfaction in what you do, or that you have pride in what you do? What is the guts of why you do what you do?
Yeah. So I love the clients. I do. I mean, it's that the people interaction is what gets me out of bed every day. And it's that personal satisfaction, customer satisfaction, knowing that you contributed to meeting with them, listening to their issues, developing a plan, and then implementing that plan, and then seeing them, months down the road saying, man, we're so happy that you showed up and this is great. This looks beautiful.
That's great. And so, just for the audience again, this is Chad Miller. He is with Yellowstone Landscape. Is there a number that they can reach you at?
Yeah, there is.
Well, let them know. What is it?
You can call my cell phone number.
Okay.
But area code 224-545-9265.
Okay. So this is our local landscaping company. If you have a project that he can work on, or you would need a new quote on, please give Chad a call.
Yep,
Thank you so much for being with us today.
Awesome. Thank you.